So today we're going to talk a little bit about writing binary or ionic formulas. This is super simple, especially if you know your ions. Now, if you don't know your ions, it's going to be a little more difficult for you. I know that while you do worksheets and things like that, you may be more prone to use your cards or your ion sheet to kind of help you get through, but you really need to try to do as much of it as you can from memory, because that's how your test will be set up. So a binary formula just simply means that there are two elements involved. So a good example would be NaCl, because it has one sodium, or it has sodium and chlorine, which are two elements. So therefore it means binary, okay? So when we talk about binary formulas are going to be using monoatomic ions, okay, like sodium, calcium, sulfur, copper, oxygen, things like that. So let's look at the first one that I want to work with you. We're going to do lithium bromide, okay? And I'm writing it like this because I want to talk about these as ions. So lithium has a +1 charge and bromide has a -1 charge. And so what we do when we're writing a binary compound is we're trying to balance these two charges out to a 0. Okay, and when you're looking at a chemical formula and you see subscripts, those subscripts have been added so that you can balance out these charges to 0. Well, this one is basically automatically done because lithium is a +1, bromide is a -1. So the +1, the -1 cancel each other out. So your answer is LiBr. And that's how you would write the formula for lithium bromide. So let's do one that doesn't work out quite so easily. Magnesium and fluoride. So magnesium is a +2, fluoride is a -1. Well, +2 and -1 do not balance out, okay? In order for me to cancel out this +2, I need this to become a -2, which means I would need 2 of these fluorines. So I could put a 2 right here. So now that I have 2 times -1 is a -2. Now they balance out to 0, which would give me the answer of MgF2. Now that's one way that you could do it. Another way that you could do it is the way that's called the crisscross method. So magnesium has a +2, fluoride has a -1. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 2, drop it down here, and this 1 goes right here, and of course a 1 is understood. So my answer would be MgF2. Let's try another one like that. Potassium has a +1, oxide has a -2. Okay, well, obviously the +1 and the -2 do not cancel each other out. So I would need to balance this chemical formula. So to do that, I'm just going to use the crisscross method. The 2 goes here, the 1 goes here. So my answer becomes K2O. And that would be the answer. That's potassium oxide. Here's another one. We have aluminum with a +3 and sulfur with a -2. So obviously they don't balance out, so I would need to crisscross. And my answer becomes Al2S3. Pretty easy, huh? All right, so what about this one? Mg, magnesium has a +2, telluride has a -2. Would I crisscross those? I wouldn't have to, because the +2 and the -2 balance each other out. So my answer is MgTe. Okay, so this is how you do binary ionic formulas. We use the ions and then we crisscross in order for them to be balanced. Okay, and by crisscrossing, it allows us to balance those charges to equal to a 0. So now that you've learned how to do it, in your packet, you are going to complete this assignment, writing binary formulas. If you have any questions about any of them, please feel free to email me or send me a remind message, and I'll be happy to help you out. Talk to you later.